Very good morning. This is the Breakfast News on Rajya Sabha television. I'm Ashwarya Kapoor. Let us start with the headlines. Citizenship Amendment Bill 2019 slated to be moved for consideration and passing in at the Rajya Sabha today. Upper House also scheduled to continue discussion on motion of thanks to the President's address and general discussion on the interim budget. After passage of interim budget in Lok Sabha, Finance Minister to move a Finance Bill 2019 and the Banning of Unregulated Deposit Schemes Bill 2018. Bill allows compensating investors in the Ponzi schemes. Government likely to table CAG report on defence in Parliament. The report has details of acquisitions including the Rafale deal. Union Minister Arun Jaitley calls Congress's attack on CAG as falsehood. Prime Minister Modi on a day-long visit to Haryana's Kurukshetra for the Swachh Shakti 2019 event to be attended by women punchers and sarpanchs from across the country. Many projects including a cancer institute to be launched. And President Kovind to unveil life-size portrait of Atal Bihari Vajpayee in Parliament today. Vice President Venkaiah Naidu, Prime Minister Modi to be among the dignitaries present at the event. First up, news from Parliament, and a number of bills are slated for introduction and passage in the Upper House today. Home Minister Rajnath Singh will move the Citizenship Amendment Bill 2019 to further amend the Citizenship Act of 1955 as passed by Lok Sabha. The bill seeks to amend the Citizenship Act 1955 to make illegal immigrants who are Hindus, Sikhs, Buddhists, Jains, Parsis and Christians from Afghanistan, Bangladesh and Pakistan eligible for Indian citizenship who fled their native states to save themselves from religious persecution and entered India before 31st of December 2014. The bill was cleared by the Lok Sabha in the winter session. Another bill, the Cinematograph Amendment Bill 2019, will be introduced by MOS Rajya Singh Rathore to further amend the Cinematograph Act of 1952 in the Upper House today. The Rajya Sabha is also slated to hold further discussion on the motion of thanks to the President's address today. The motion was moved in the House by BJP MP Bhupendra Yadav last week on Wednesday. MOS Parliamentary Affairs Vijay Goyal will second the motion. Also listed in today's business is the general discussion on the interim budget 2019. All right, we have all the details with Akhilesh Suman joining us from the national capital. Akhilesh, a lot of agenda is set for the day as far as the Rajya Sabha is concerned. Of course, there will be further discussion on the motion of thanks to the President's address and the general discussion on the interim budget as well. But in the meanwhile, the very important Citizenship Amendment Bill is going to be tabled in the Rajya Sabha, and this, amid all the protests really that have been happening in the Northeast. So what is expected in the Upper House?
I think the government wants to introduce the bill in Rajya Sabha for the sake of, making it a property of the House, so that even it is not passed in this session, it can be the property of the House and it can be discussed in another sessions, and there will be no need for further introduction in coming sessions. So I think this might be one of the strategy. But given the fact that there is a strong protest in northeastern state, and even BJP Chief Minister in Arunachal Pradesh and Manipur, Mr. Pema Khandu and Mr. N. Biren Singh is here in Delhi, and yesterday they have met Union Home Minister Rajnath Singh and advised him and requested him not to take the bill in Rajya Sabha today. So even though Home Minister has assured them that it will not hamper the interest of the local people living there, but there is a protest going on there, and I think that opposition members and also treasury benches will have a fierce debate on this issue if the bill comes. But given the fact that two important things, motion of thanks is very important and it has to be passed, and also the interim budget has to be discussed.
True.
So I think citizenship bill may not be discussed today and may not be introduced to be passed passed today, so it may go for tomorrow also, Aishwarya.
Right. Akhilesh, you stay with us. We also need to discuss about Lok Sabha. And earlier, the proceedings of the upper house were disrupted on Monday due to continued protests by the opposition parties. Members of the Congress, Samajwadi Party and the TDP trooped into the well, raising various issues, demanding a special status for Andhra Pradesh. And repeated requests by the chairman failed to again regain House's decorum, and the House was adjourned for the 6th day in a row. Panjanan Mishra brings us this report.
Rajya Sabha proceedings were disrupted for the 6th day in a row amid uproar by opposition members over various issues, including special status for Andhra Pradesh. Amid the protests, 2 bills were introduced. External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj introduced the Registration of Marriage of Non-Resident Indian Bill 2019, and Tribal Affairs Minister Jual Oram introduced the Constitution Scheduled Tribes Order 3rd Amendment Bill 2019.
Chairman Sri Jual Oram to move for leave to introduce Constitution Tribes Amendment Bill.
I beg to move for leave to introduce a bill further to amend.
Nothing shall go on record other than the minister. Please go back to your seat. Don't show posters.
In relation to the state of Arunachal Pradesh.
The question is that the leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it.
Sir, I introduce the bill.
Registration of marriages and non-resident Indians, very important thing. Srimati Sushma Swaraj to move for leave to introduce the registration of marriage non-resident Indians. Introduction only. Introduction. You can't stop introduction. The question is that leave is granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will say aye. Those against will say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The bill is introduced. We are not discussing.
As the protests continued, Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu made appeals to the protesting members to return to their seats and not display posters. But even after the chairman's appeal, opposition members continued with their protest, and the House was adjourned till 2 p.m.
We are not discussing the bill. It is only for introduction. One has to understand this. Simple. See, I have received some notice under 267. I have not admitted them. They can be discussed in President's address. Really, it seems to be the misfortune of the people that they have a situation like this. I can't help it. I am adjourning the House to meet at 2 p.m.
When the House reassembled, TDP members trooped into the well, raising the issue of delay in special status being given to Andhra Pradesh. Even TMC and Congress members trooped into the well. Deputy Chairman Harivansh tried to pacify the members and said that the chairman had not received any notice regarding the issues being raised by them, and therefore a discussion on these issues cannot be allowed.
Please. माननीय सांसदगण, मैं आपसे पुनः अपील करना चाहूंगा कि बिजनेस एडवाइजरी कमेटी में तय व पहले से आज के कार्यक्रम में निर्धारित विषय पर ही हम चर्चा करें। माननीय राष्ट्रपति जी के संबोधन पर बहस करें। कोई अन्य बात रिकॉर्ड पे नहीं जाएगी। इसके अंदर जो भी आप कुछ कहना चाहते हैं सवाल उठा सकते हैं। यह हमारा संवैधानिक दायित्व है और उच्च संसदीय परंपरा का जरूरी हिस्सा है। पहले हाउस ऑर्डर में हो, इस परंपरा को बनाए रखने का दायित्व हमारा है। इसलिए आपसे अपील है कि आप अपनी अपनी सीट पर लौटें और सदन का काम सुचारू रूप से चलने दें। प्लीज, आप हाउस ऑर्डर में नहीं, प्लीज गो बैक टू योर सीट्स। सुबह माननीय चेयरमैन ये स्पष्ट कर चुके हैं कि जिन विषयों पर उन्हें नोटिस मिला उन्हें वे अस्वीकृत कर चुके हैं, इसलिए उन पर चर्चा की इजाजत चेयर नहीं दे सकता। साथ ही कुछ ऐसे मुद्दे सदन में उठाए जा रहे हैं जिनके बारे में न कोई नोटिस है और न ही पूर्व से सूचना है, न माननीय चेयरमैन की अनुमति है, उन्हें हम सदन में उठाने की इजाजत नहीं दे सकते। बार बार आपको अपनी सीट पर लौटने और राष्ट्रपति के अभिभाषण पर बहस के लिए सामान्य माहौल बनाने के लिए चेयर लगातार कई दिनों से अपील कर रहा है, अब भी कर रहा है। पर इस आपके बिल में आने और शोर शराबा के माहौल से लगता है कि बिजनेस एडवाइजरी कमेटी द्वारा तय मुद्दों पर आप बातचीत नहीं करना चाहते। यह अति दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है। पुनः आपसे अपील है कि अपनी अपनी सीट पर लौटे और संवैधानिक मर्यादा के तहत राष्ट्रपति के अभिभाषण पर चर्चा चलने दें और धन्यवाद का प्रस्ताव पारित होने दें। प्लीज गो बैक टू
But the opposition members refused to relent. Deputy Chairman Harivansh said it was unfortunate that members are not allowing the House to function before adjourning the House for the day.
The House adjourned till 11 hours on Tuesday, the 12th February 2019.
With input from Panchanan Mishra, Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
And some important bills are also slated for consideration and passage in the Lok Sabha today. These include the Finance Bill 2019 to continue the existing rates of income tax for the financial year 2019-20 and to provide for certain relief to the taxpayers. The bill will be moved by Finance Minister Piyush Goyal, and he will also move the banning of unregulated deposit schemes Bill 2018. The bill seeks to provide for a comprehensive mechanism to ban the unregulated deposit schemes and to protect the interest of the depositors. Earlier this month, the Cabinet had approved proposals to amend the bill aimed to effectively tackle the menace of illicit deposit-taking activities and to prevent Ponzi schemes from duping the poor people. All right, let's go back to Akhilesh Suman. Akhilesh, after the passage of the interim budget in the Lok Sabha, now Finance Minister will also move the Finance Bill 2019 and also the banning of unregulated deposit schemes bill. But at the same time, Akhilesh, the government is also likely to table the CAG report on the Rafale jet deal in Parliament. So considering all that, what are the indications in how the day will really pan out in the Lok Sabha?
Really, these are the normal businesses, as far as because in Parliament there are so many finance bills even after interim budget is passed. So that has to be, considered and passed. Other than that, there is a Central University bill also, that is the amendment of 2018, and that also should be considered. But CAG report, as you know, that CAG report also is becoming controversial given the fact that in Rafale case in Supreme Court, CAG was mentioned and CAG report is now going to come. There are reports that CAG has not gone into the whole pricing system mechanism because it was considered to be not to be divulged to any party because of sensitivity of our defense requirements, and that is why opposition might be raising this issue in the House because that as headlines are making for last 3-4 days, Rafale is still in the center of political storms in the capital, and I think that once CAG report is tabled, members will may like to raise this issue about the way CAG has gone into Rafale deal. But the final prints have to be seen, and I think opposition will also like to see the final prints that what CAG has found, because till now we have not got any detail of the CAG report. Once it comes, then it will be interesting to see that how government comes and how opposition comes with its own complaints against the CAG, because there is also government opposition is also telling that the whole procedure in which CAG has come out with this report, they are also questioning the CAG himself, that he was the finance secretary at that point of time.
Right.
But government has told that CAG, the Rafale deal had nothing to do with him. So these are the logics and counter logics, and it will be interesting that how things pan up. And you cannot predict that what happens when the CAG report is coming today, Swarya. It's very sensitive thing.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Akhilesh, for all those updates there on Parliament. And as Akhilesh was telling us, the government is likely to table the CAG report on the Rafale fighter jet deal in Parliament today. The CAG report will be tabled a day before the end of the present Lok Sabha session. Now, this is the last session of the 16th Lok Sabha, and the general elections are due in April-May. The government had brought 36 Rafale fighter jets from French company Dassault. The report contains the details of the acquisitions and the deals, including the Rafale aircraft deal. On Sunday, Congress leader Kapil Sibal had alleged a conflict of interest and had asked the CAG Rajiv Mehrishi to recuse himself from auditing the deal, as he was the finance secretary when the deal was negotiated. However, Union Minister Arun Jaitley had rebutted the claims of Sibal. In a series of tweets, Arun Jaitley had said that the Congress was casting aspersions on the institution of the CAG based on falsehood. And the Lok Sabha on Monday passed the interim budget for the financial year 2019-20 after a day-long discussion. Finance Minister Piyush Goyal introduced the appropriation bill and the finance bill amid a din in the House by a voice vote. Now, these bills were passed in the House by voice vote amid a walkout by the Congress, NCP and CPIM after the finance minister's reply. While replying to the debate on interim budget in the lower house, Piyush Goyal said that the BJP-led NDA government had taken a number of initiatives in the past 4.5 years for the benefit of the poor, farmers and the middle class, and the 2019-20 interim budget was a continuation of that. He also accused the opposition Congress of betraying the nation by opposing the pro-poor and pro-farmers policies.
कुछ आरोप लगाए गए कि मनरेगा में पैसा कम है। पिछले बजट में 55,000 था, जरूरत पड़ी तो हमने 6,000 करोड़ अधिक दिया। इस बजट में 7,000 किया। जो ब्याज हाउसिंग लोन पे दिया जाता था वो कांग्रेस के समय 1.5 लाख था, हमने 2 लाख कर दिया। स्टैंडर्ड डिडक्शन 0 था कांग्रेस के समय, हमने 50,000 का स्टैंडर्ड डिडक्शन सैलरी मिडिल क्लास पेंशनर्स के लिए कर दिया। 25,000 से बढ़ा के 1,40,000 1,40,000। 2014-15 में 25,000, 19-20 में 1,40,000। ये होता है मैडम काम करने का ढंग, ये होता है किसानों के लिए समर्पित सरकार का काम करने का।
Listed several measures its government has taken to increase employment, nearly 7 lakhs. But if you take the statistics, now only 20 lakhs only they have did it. Sir, what the measures you have taken previous, the government has failed to solve the unemployment problem, madam. You are facing this.
But if you see the allocations, defense allocation, now 2018-19, it is only 2.84%, as against 23.38% of the UPA 1 regime. Just imagine, going day by day down.
Because farmers are not the organized themselves. They are disorganized. In last 5 years, how much protection has been, protest was made by the farmers? Any state, you take for example, how many farmers have died?
This government has not been able to bring back the people who fled with banks' money. Nirav Modi, with 11,500 crores of Punjab National Bank, escaped.
And the Parliamentary Panel on Information Technology has summoned the head of microblogging site Twitter to appear before it on 25th of February. The committee's chairman and BJP MP Anurag Thakur said on Monday that the panel had taken a serious note about Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey not appearing before it. On Saturday, Twitter had issued a statement citing short notice of the hearing for its CEO not being able to attend the Monday meeting. The panel decided to call Twitter officials against the backdrop of growing concerns about safeguarding citizens' data, privacy and the possibility that social media could be used to interfere in the elections. And a life-size portrait of former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee will be unveiled by the President in Parliament House today. Ramnath Kovind will unveil the portrait in the Central Hall of Parliament House in the presence of Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu and Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Ministers and leaders of various political parties are expected to mark their presence during the event. Atal Bihari Vajpayee became the Prime Minister for the first time in 1996 for 13 days, then for 13 months from 1998 to 1999, and then from 1999 to 2004. He passed away on 16th of August last year at the age of 93 years after a prolonged illness. The decision to install the portrait of the Bharat Ratna was taken on 18th of December last year at a meeting of our Parliament's Portrait Committee chaired by Lok Sabha Speaker Sumitra Mahajan. We'll slip into a very short break here. News and updates continue on the other side. Stay tuned.
More than 35 million Indians living abroad. They made their mark of success and earned prosperity. They have knowledge and enthusiasm. They want to give back to India. How? See our special report Pravasis for New India, only on Rajya Sabha television.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be on a day-long visit to Haryana today. During the visit, Prime Minister Modi will address the Swachh Shakti 2019 program in Kurukshetra. Swachh Shakti 2019 is dedicated to women, and Prime Minister Modi will send out a message of cleanliness. The event will be attended by women sarpanchs and panchs from across the country. In order to empower women, Prime Minister Modi had first launched the Swachh Shakti 2017 program from Gujarat, Swachh Shakti 2018 from Lucknow in Uttar Pradesh, and the third Swachh Shakti 2019 program is being held in Kurukshetra. Prime Minister Modi will also distribute the Swachh Shakti 2019 awards. The Prime Minister will also visit the Swachh Sundar Shauchalaya exhibition at Kurukshetra and address a public gathering. The Prime Minister will also inaugurate the National Cancer Institute at Jhajjar from Kurukshetra through video conferencing. Union Health Minister J.P. Nadda would also be present at the inauguration ceremony. The institute is the state-of-the-art tertiary care cum research cancer center constructed at the AIIMS Jhajjar campus. The Prime Minister will also lay the foundation stone of National Institute of Ayurveda at Shri Mata Mansa Devi Complex, Panchkula, from Kurukshetra through a digital link. The NCI is being developed at the cost of 2,035 crore rupees. PM Modi will then lay the foundation stone of a Battles of Panipat Museum in Panipat. The museum will honor the heroes of various battles of Panipat. PM Modi will also inaugurate Employees State Insurance Corporation's Medical College and Hospital in Faridabad. Now, this will be the first ESIC medical college and hospital in North India. And earlier, Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the 13th International Oil and Gas Conference, Petrotech 2019, in Greater Noida on Monday. And speaking at the conference, he stressed on the need to move towards responsible pricing of oil and gas. The Prime Minister also presented Dr. Sultan Al Jaber, Group Chief Executive of the Abu Dhabi National Oil Company, with an award recognizing his contribution to energy security and regional trade.
Delivering the inaugural address at the Petrotech Conference 2019 in Greater Noida, Prime Minister Narendra Modi made a strong case for a responsible pricing of crude oil that balances the interests of both producers and consumers. He said it is the need of the hour to move towards transparent and flexible markets for both oil and gas. Only then can we serve the energy needs of humanity in an optimal manner. The Prime Minister also spoke about the need for people to have universal access to clean, affordable and equitable supply of energy.
For too long the world has seen crude prices on a roller coaster. We need to move to responsible pricing which balances the interests of both the producer and consumer. We also need to move towards transparent and flexible markets for both oil and gas.
The Prime Minister exuded confidence that India would continue to be the fastest growing large economy, asserting that it could become the second largest economy in the world by 2030. As per a report, India is likely to beat the United States to become the world's second largest economy by the year 2030. China will be on the top spot, surpassing the US, which will be at the third place.
India is the fastest growing large economy in the world. Leading agencies such as IMF and World Bank project the same trend to continue in the coming years. In an uncertain global economic environment, India has shown tremendous resilience as an anchor of the world economy.
Talking about the energy policy of India, Prime Minister Modi said his government has adopted an integrated approach in energy planning, citing the reforms and achievements in the energy sector in recent years. Petroleum and Natural Gas Minister Dharmendra Pradhan asserted that India has made tremendous strides in providing energy justice under the BJP-led NDA government.
India has been unprecedented reforms in the last 5 years in the energy sector. These reforms have accelerated our work in delivering energy justice to the poorest of the poor by adopting the 4 pillars visualized by Honorable Prime Minister Sri Modi. These are energy access, energy efficiency, energy sustainability and energy security are our guiding principles.
Petrotech 2019 is the 13th International Oil and Gas Conference and Exhibition being organized under the aegis of the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas. The 3-day event is showcasing recent market and investor-friendly developments in India's oil and gas sector. Over 95 energy ministers from partner countries and 7,000 delegates from around 70 countries are taking part in the event this year. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
And Robert Vadra will appear before the Enforcement Directorate in Jaipur today in connection with a probe into the alleged land scam in Rajasthan's border town of Bikaner. The ED had registered a criminal case in connection with the deal in 2015 about alleged forgery in the allotment of land in the area considered sensitive due to its proximity to the Indo-Pak border. Now, today's appearance before the ED is directed by the Rajasthan High Court, which asked Robert Vadra to cooperate with the investigating agency after he approached it seeking directions that no coercive action is taken against them by the agency. Now, this will be the 4th time that Robert Vadra will appear before the agency in 2 separate cases. He was earlier summoned by the ED on 3 occasions in an alleged money laundering case in the purchase of a London-based property. And the CBI will today continue to question Kolkata Police Commissioner Rajiv Kumar in the multi-crore Sharda Chit Fund case. Now, Monday was the 3rd consecutive day of grilling for Rajiv Kumar and the 2nd for the TMC lawmaker Kunal Ghosh in the Ponzi scam case worth around 2,000 crore rupees. The questioning of former TMC lawmaker Kunal Ghosh is over for the time being, the agency has said. During the interrogation, Kumar reportedly claimed that he had played no active role in the SIT that was formed to probe the Sharda Chit Fund scam. He claimed that most of the probe was supervised by Arnab Ghosh, the then Deputy Commissioner of Police of the Detective Department at the Bidhan Nagar City Police. Kumar had, remember, led the SIT formed by West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee to probe the Sharda scam before the case was handed over to the CBI by the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court had directed Kumar to appear before the CBI and faithfully cooperate in the investigation of the cases arising out of the Sharda Chit Fund scam. The court chose Shillong as the neutral meeting place. And at least 9 people have reportedly died in a massive fire that broke out in Delhi's Karol Bagh Hotel early this morning. More than 25 fire tenders were immediately rushed to the spot. Fire officials said that the fire started at around 4:30 in the morning due to a short circuit. Thick smoke and huge flames could be seen emanating from the 40-room hotel till around 7 in the morning. Firefighting and rescue operations are underway. And that's the wrap on this edition of Breakfast News. Thanks for watching. Have a great day ahead.